What up, yo?
A ghost.
A gaze.
What's up, everybody? I love Aqua Teen. Happy Friday. Holy crap. It has been a long weekend. Super tired, but we're here. We're pushing through. We're hanging out. But hopefully you guys had a good day. Ugh. Like I said, pretty tired, and running late. I guess that is true. I try to do the show at 8, and it's 8:30, but that was all right because I had to help out with some stuff at work, but we made it here nonetheless. We got some articles here, and I figured we read it. What's up, Cole Manga? It's the Power Kid Greg Show. Indeed. Power Up Podcast, baby. Where we talk everything pop culture, from the good, the bad, the ugly, sometimes the supernatural, the spiritual, you know, all that fun stuff. Talk about that. We read pop culture articles, get our first impressions, real life reactions to the bad grammar that apparently I constantly stumble upon. Why me? There's so many other people who could correct this stuff better than me, but I happen to get it. Yes, Trigun indeed in the background. We also got Dragon Ball Z, Neon Genesis Evangelion, or Evangelion, excuse me. I always say Eve, but whatever. And then my boys, the Boondock Saints. Well, I can't raise my camera anymore, just because I'm on a different monitor. Or my camera is sitting on a different monitor. I guess I technically do have a stand, but it's not adjustable and it's too high. But as the main title says, found abounding in the comics article that not looking too good for the dubbing on the Netflix of Godzilla Minus One. So very possible that the garbage Western localization has struck again on a really well acclaimed movie. I still need to see it. I think I did read somewhere that it might have some spoilers, but I'm pretty good at ignoring that and still getting that first reaction. But we got some other stuff too. We've got Capcom's response to apparently how people responded to the first $70 game. We got some new information about Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. Dear Lord, please do not bastardize it like they did with with Paper Mario, the Thousand Year Door. For heaven's sakes, please do not do that. Apparently they did fine with Super Mario RPG. Please let it be the same with Luigi's Mansion 2, because I do have it on a 3DS, even though I don't own it. It's very hard to emulate, even with a powerful PC rig. So this Switch version would be really nice. Really nice to have. And I found an interesting fact from the Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire. You know, that old movie way back in the day, 2002. So some fun stuff, and maybe we'll look, or we'll see other articles that'll spark our interest. But yeah, if you guys are new, you haven't already, make sure to smash that subscribe button, punch that thumbs up, and give a thumbs up. Oh, wait a minute. I already said that. And turn on notifications to get notified. Damn it, I got distracted. To know when I go live, whether it's this show, game streaming, or I guess something else. I pretty much do this and game streaming. Well, I guess I do try to upload content. I need to get back at that. The Summer Games Fest was kind of weird. I'm not surprised. I did not have any time to watch it, nor do I usually watch any of that stuff anyway, because legitimately, I don't care. I try not to look at anything too deep as possible. Except, of course, if someone's like, yeah, don't play this because there's a bunch of DEI garbage in there, then I'll be like, oh, yeah, I'm staying away, you know, sort of thing. I'll put my trust into that. But we're on YouTube, Rumble, and X, so check me out over there. And then you can find my other social medias in the description on YouTube and Rumble, and on the link tree that you can find in my bio. And I'd like to start having a goal of getting like subscriptions or memberships, like something simple, like maybe 5 membership tiers or 5 subscription tiers or 10 or something like that. I think that'd be pretty cool. That would go towards helping the channel grow, of course, beyond just pushing the algorithm. But of course, I am blessed and humbled and thankful anyway that people just want to hang out with me, especially on Friday, because out of all the things you could do, you're deciding to watch me. Let's hop into it. We'll pull up here a very interesting article that I just happened to stumble upon. Apparently from Snopes. And then apparently it was rumored that Tobey Maguire pulled off the tray catch scene without any special effects in Spider-Man. So when the first Spider-Man movie starring Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst was released in 2002, it was widely praised for John Dykstra's stunning visual effects, although it's kind of aged pretty badly, but I think it's still a really good movie. The fest was DEI certified for sure. Of course it was. I mean, it is Pride Month, so of course it was going to be super gay, but not in the gay they were thinking of. The gay as in, wow, that's fucking stupid sort of thing. So, however, many people on the internet claim that one Spider-Man scene in particular was executed without the use of any visual effects. And then apparently this past June on an X account, they posted a clip for from the movie and claimed that this famous scene in Spider-Man has 0 digital effects, and Tobey Maguire performed 156 takes till he finally caught each item on the tray. Let's go ahead and read it, and here it is. We'll see it. And of course, we see this is when Peter gets over being bitten by the spider and is discovering his spider powers.
Wow, great reflexes. Thanks.
Thanks. My sandwich is all safe.
Wow. Wow.
So if we actually kind of keep rewinding it, like we can actually see his eyes. Okay, so actually I just now noticed this. If we're pausing it right there, so we can actually 156, not 150, 156. But we can see right here. So obviously they had to be weighted down more because I mean the apple could be heavy, the milk could be heavy because it could actually be full. We've got the sandwich over here. Now obviously like you could see that the sandwich I believe did not leave yeah, you even saw it in the falling up in the air. So the sandwich is obviously stuck to the plate because that would obviously be too messy. Okay, so and then it looks like something else is in the plate too. That's all she's eating, a sandwich, an apple, some milk. What's in the paper bowl?
Great reflexes. Thanks.
No problem.
So 156 takes. So the post received more than 281,000 views and 1,800 likes. As of this writing, if this is true, then he should have won the Oscar with this take. One X user commented. So here's the full scene. Oh, here we go. Almost looks like a bag of chips that is apparently open already. So clearly that also had to be weighted down. So according to sites such as Screen Geeks, well, aren't they not reliable? The Independent, Who Cares, BuzzFeed, yeah, and Metro. The scene was indeed executed without the use of visual effects. According to the Independent, both Dykstra and Duns stated in separate DVD comments that the scene was all Maguire, no special effects. And then someone actually went ahead and uploaded the scene with commentary. And this is just reiterating it. Best Spider-Man movie today. Yeah, I think they're the best one.
We're going to see some webs here in a minute.
Yeah, a lot of web shots. Remember, guys,
this is a mechanical rig, by the way. This next gag here, where he catches all this stuff, he actually did that. Pretty good. Take 156.
Dang. So here's Kristen.
Not CGI, by the way. That little
That's
thing. That's all Toby. Which is pretty impressive. And they put sticky glue stuff to, stick his hand to the tray too.
Many takes of those items.
Yeah,
remember?
Yeah, there was.
There you go.
This was actually a scene that this.
That's crazy.
We had the scene in what subsequently transpires, but the studio had asked us to actually cut the tray part. Because we'd originally had 2 days scheduled for the scene.
Dang.
And then in the vicissitudes of production,
and then Sam
we had to cut some time, and they wanted us to cut it a day. So we made it that we were going to shoot it in 1 day, and that part of the scene was going to have to go. But Sam and I really, really wanted it.
So great. And
so we said,
dang, nice job with that one. Just no, we're keeping it in. Boom. Yeah, great scene. Dang, 156 takes. So he actually had some sort of glue on his hand. I mean, you guys saw me pause this one up here. You saw me pause it right there. You can clearly see something's on that apple that allows it to stick to the tray. So once it lands, it stays there. Still really good though. I mean, it happens so fast that you obviously miss it.
Wow.
Yeah, and it kind of gets covered up by the plate there. Well, now that I pointed it out, now I can't stop seeing it. But that's really cool though. Back in the time when Kirsten Dunst wasn't a weirdo, she sounded actually enjoyable. Oh my goodness gracious. So although we've been unable to confirm these accounts in Independent thus far, a user on YouTube, all right. So they reached out to representatives from Maguire, Dunst, Dykstra, and director Sam Raimi, seeking corroboration. In April of 2024, we will update the story with the response. So I thought that was a pretty interesting little article to read. See, this is what I like little fun facts like that. That was actually really cool. And man, no special effects. Probably they probably would have animated all that now and then just have, Toby act out in mime, sort of thing. But back when they actually gave a crap. That was a fun one. Probably should have ended on that one. Kirsten met the wall. A wall of wokeness, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and pull up this article here. Too much CGI nowadays. Exactly. So we're at Video Game Chronicles. I saw this. And Dragon's Dogma 2 apparently is, I guess, the first $70 game. And Capcom says players gave it a moderate reception. Apparently, it's sold over 3 million copies since its release in March Question is how many people are going to return it? That's a big thing. At this point, like, who gives a crap of how many copies sold? This is something that I'm kind of worried about because I think video game companies are really going to start doing this. And we especially saw it with Stellar Blade and Tomb Masters 1 through 3. Tomb Raider 1 through 3 remastered. Oh my gosh. We're starting to see companies do this where they're promising something and don't say anything. Let people buy the game to get those numbers up and then go in and patch it and bastardize it. A lot of bait and switches. And I'm really worried that video game companies are really going to start doing this. And who knows? Like, I'm sure they're already doing it to some extent before, but I think now we're like really pushing it because a lot of people are starting to push back and saying, you're not giving us what we're asking for or what you promised. Go fuck yourself. Either fix it or we're not buying it anymore, or we're not buying from you. So Capcom has addressed the consumer response to its first $70 game, as well as its strategy for future software pricing. So Dragon's Dogma 2, which was released on March 22nd, is the Japanese company's first game to carry the increased price point that has been adopted by many publishers this console's generation. Are they now 70? I thought they were still 60. Tomb Raider is now Treasure Savior. Well, I mean, they're done. Like, Tomb Raider's dead. They don't give a shit. The game sold over 2.5 million copies during its launch month and surpassed 3 million sales by late May, according to Capcom. In a newly published translation of its latest earnings Q&A session, the company was asked about the performance of the game and to discuss its strategy for pricing software going forward. So the title was given a moderate reception. Moderate. So not bad, but also not good. And again, another question is raised. Games have been so moderate or bad that when we actually get something that's, good, people praise it like, oh, finally. But is it really just moderate, It's like you've been given shit all this time, and then finally they're handing you a cup of piss. And it's like, well, it's not shit. It's still urine, That's the question. So regarding price for future game releases, we will determine prices after carefully assessing user response and considering the rising cost of development. Well, I got a response right here. Yes, don't raise it. Don't raise it and stop putting all your budgets in retarded motion tracking. Having to put images and likenesses of famous actors, because I'm sure that costs a pretty penny to do, unless they're like, yeah, I'll cut a deal and do it because I want to be in a video game. Fire all the DEI woke people, your Sweet Baby Inc. Consultation firms and all that stuff. Fire them immediately, because they're the pimples on the ass of DEI, and they can be removed permanently. There, I just saved you a bunch of money from the rising cost. It wouldn't be too much of a surprise if Capcom started releasing more $70 titles, giving its president reportedly said last September that he believes games should cost more to buy. And I believe that he can take his fist and turn it around, go down to that butthole region and shove it super far up in terms of thinking that games should cost more. Personally, I feel the game prices are too low. Haruhiro Sugimoto said during the Tokyo Game Show, according to Nikkei. Development costs are around 100 times higher than they were in the days of Famicom, but the price of software hasn't risen too much. Now, why is that? Legitimately, why is it 100 times higher in the development cost? If you're saying the software is kind of fine. There's also a need to raise wages in order to attract talented people. Given that wages are rising across the industry as a whole, I think the option of raising unit prices is a healthy form of business. Here's the thing, Haruhiro-san. Here's the thing. You're not listening to the gamers, and instead are going out or trying to lure people in to join the company. To attract talented people, I'll give you that. If they're talented, they should be hired because of their talent. I agree with you there. But you're listening to the woke bastards out there who don't love the industry, who don't love gaming, who aren't gamers. Hell, some of them probably aren't even developers or know very basic developer skills or development skills, I guess I should say. Because you're hiring activists. Again, you want to keep games cost low and somehow bring down that cost of development that's apparently, like you're saying, 100 times more. That's where you first start off. Again, get rid of the consultation firms, get rid of companies like Sweet Baby Inc., get rid of community managers, or no, online, what is it? The online social managers, because all you're seeing, because they're activists, they do not care about the gaming industry. This is pretty much the main point, and it's always going to be the main point until it changes. See, these people, on the other hand, they're trying to say, we see an area that is heavily unhealthy and unbalanced because it's male dominance. And it's like, okay, well, you hate males, so why should we let you in? Get the fuck out. Leave. Because there are plenty of female gamers way back in the day that could go into a Call of Duty lob and shit talk back because they had thick skin. Or they could just laugh at it because they know that in the end, you getting butthurt over some anonymous person online insulting you and shit, at the end of the day isn't going to amount to anything. Unless he's going to be a weirdo that will legitimately travel to your house because they got ass mad because you pwned them in the Call of Duty team deathmatch. And if that's the case, then you rock the Second Amendment. This is not a hard concept to get down. And they can claim that, well, that's not fair. What about us? What about us? That's the thing. You never cared about the industry anyway. So why should I give a shit about you not having the chance to be inside of this area of entertainment? Because you won't respect it. You don't even have the decent common courtesy to just keep your personal shit at home and just work on the damn game. You want to go out and find a woke game to work on if you want that so bad. Go ahead and do it. We've said it many times. No one's stopping you. We don't care. Don't blame us when it doesn't sell, because it won't. And of course, that's where, people will possibly point to The Last of Us Part 2, saying that game sold a bunch of copies. Who gives a shit? Look at the amount of that got the amount of returns. GameStop straight up said, yeah, we're not taking trade-ins for The Last of Us Part 2 because they had so many. And this is how they're weaseling around this stuff. They're just trying to get those sales numbers, those pre-orders, those sale numbers, all that shit. They're trying to get that as high as possible so then they can go to the other CEOs of the companies and stuff and see how good this game is, without even telling them oh yeah, there was a heavy amount of return. Example, Suicide Squads. In fact, I don't know if it was confirmed or not, but I saw a post saying that, what was it, Rocksteady or something like that, is a lot of people lost their jobs because it might be closing. I don't know if that was confirmed or if it was just a meme. And some guy was like, "You're laughing at all these people losing their jobs." Good. Because when you make a shit game and you don't have the balls to stand up and go, "This is stupid, no one wants this," then yeah, you deserve to lose your job. Completely different if there were people that like were like, "I'm trying to make the best I can with this, but there's a lot of stuff on there." I understand that, of course. But then you should have just left, you know? See, I can be very extreme about this too. I mean, this is what these people want, right? Because keep in mind, they've already done the mental gymnastics that they will be right in every way, shape, and form. You know, it's ridiculous. Getting tired of this. Like Ubisoft, which released its first 70 game in December. Okay, so in the form of Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. Did anybody play that? It's the first time I've heard of that. Did anybody play it? Capcom is relatively late to the trend of raising software prices during the current console cycle. Apparently, I'm late too, because I could have. That just goes to show us how long it's been since I bought a game. A current game. A lot of the games I've been buying have been already out for a while, so I'm getting them at cheaper deals. So in August of 2020, Take-Two's NBA Jam, because I don't play NBA Jam, became the first current game gen to be priced at 70. Okay, there we go. The likes of Activision, Sony, EA, Square Enix, Nintendo, and Microsoft have since followed suit. Capcom plans to show off Monster Hunter Worlds during Friday's Summer Games. Okay, so like I said, I want to say I remember buying Kakarot, like pre-ordered it, went out of my way, pre-ordered. Like I legitimately can't remember like the last game that I'm pre-ordering this and I want to get it day of. Can't remember it. I don't remember it being 70. Okay, so they have been doing 70 days in the wild. It was just Capcom's first $70 game. And lo and behold, it was moderate. So there you go. There you go. Well, that was from Video Game Chronicles. Oh, hello. What is this? Silent Hill 2's original devs wanted to make more changes to the remake, but Bloober Team resisted. Ooh, this came out yesterday. Ooh, here we go. Let's read this. Its producer says the original... Man, it's fucking hot in here. Woo! Didn't want to make the same thing all over again. The original creators didn't want to make this... That doesn't make any sense. You're literally remaking Silent Hill 2. You know what? I wish remakes would just stop and just remasters. Just do Shadow of Colossus style. That's like the most success. That is my go-to of here's an old game. Here's how you remake it. You build it from the ground up, add a few stuff in there that doesn't change the damn story of the original, and boom, there you go. Now, granted, Resident Evil 2 remake was really good. A lot of people are saying 4. I haven't played 4. 3, I played a little bit. I was going to pre-order it, but because people were saying it was really short, it wasn't worth the amount that you paid for when it was out. So the Silent Hill 2 remake would have had more changes made to it if the original game's creator had it their way. That's according to Modio Akamoto, the producer of the remake, who spoke about the game who spoke about the making of the game in a new Famitsu interview. Okamoto says that some of the original Silent Hill 2 staff wanted to make numerous changes, but Bloober Team, well, we're already seeing Bloober Team's true colors. The studio handling the remake challenged some of the requests. How the hell do the original Silent 2 Silent Hill 2 staff who gave you probably the best horror type game ever made. And this team had the fucking gall to challenge some of the requests. Oh my gosh. Fuck you, Bloober team. Let's see what it was. After being asked if it was difficult to strike a balance, I believe that there's supposed to be an L in there, balance, between adding something new while retaining the best elements of the original, Okamoto replied, "That's right. But actually," he added, as translated by VGC, "the Japanese staff, including Masahiro Ito, the designer who worked on the original version, and Akira Yamaoka, the sound designer, said, we want to change this part. While on the other hand, Blooper Team often replied saying, no, we don't want to change this." Are you kidding me? You motherfuckers wouldn't even be remaking this team or this game if the OG staff people didn't make it. Sometimes the opinions clashed, but in the end, I think we managed to get it right. I think you'll see in the latest trailer that while it's been reborn in a modern style, fuck. There's that word. There it was. Reborn in a modern style. Rip. We've retained the good qualities of the original version. Well, so far you made what's-her-face look like garbage. What is it? Angela? You made Angela garbage. You made Maria not look sexy when Maria is legitimately the sexual fantasized version of James's wife. That's the whole point. Modern style code word for not good. Gosh, pretty much. When asked why the original staff were so keen to make changes to the game, Okamoto suggested they perhaps wanted to use the opportunity to mix things up instead of retracing their steps. After all, game creators don't want to make the same thing they created all over again, he said. But that's what, I'm sorry, but that's what people are asking. For heaven's sakes, so many people are simply asking, yeah, that game you made back in the day, give it today's graphics, like the technology with today's graphics, just give us that, and that's it. Literally seeing, like, literally with Tomb Raider remastered, and it sold like hotcakes. Then they almost got in the trouble because then they removed those posters. And then people bitched at it and caught them. And then they're like, oh, it was a mistake. And it's like, sure it was. Don't fucking do that again. They don't want to have people playing the same thing. So we should just buy a game and when it's done, immediately destroy it. Because heaven forbid we play it again. That's why there are a lot of things they wanted to completely change in the remake. See, I don't buy this. Dude, come on. Come on. How many times have you seen people play the same game over and over and over? Literally, that's what speedrunners do because they like it. Sorry. Just checking something. Okay, anyway. I was ranting. But in the end, thanks to the opinions of Blooper Team. Shut up. Who are big fans of the original. No, they're not fans. We saw what they did. They're not fans. The remake ended up being highly respectful of the original game. If we had formed a development team entirely in Japan, it might have turned out to be a completely different remake. That's what you should have done in the damn first place. So here's your 13-minute. I think we've already watched this, but so completely changed when meeting this guy. Oh my gosh, look at that. Gosh dang it. Get off here. Look at that right there. Doesn't that just look scary? Can't you just feel like that texture just being right in your face? Okay, we saw Maria there for a second. There's whatever her name is. Oh, here we go. Right there. Just peak femininity right there. Peak femininity right there. Amazing textures. Dare I say PS3 type textures. This is actual minutes of gameplay. This better not be the final. You better be somewhere in this. There better be a stamp saying still in development. So the Silent Hill 2 remake has been the subject of much debate since its announcement, with the second trailer in 2024, which focused on combat, doing nothing to quell it. Yeah, because people are pissed off. At the time, Bloober team president Piot Bambino said the trailer does not reflect the spirit of the game, saying the marketing side of things was Konami's responsibility. Wow. Wow. Wasn't our fault. Konami just didn't do a good job marketing it. No, it is your fault because you bastardized a lot of things. More recently, Konami shared 13 minutes of this stuff, but each video continues to divide players, with YouTube likes and dislikes generally evening out. Well, there you go. The OG team should have just let the OG team do it. I cannot believe it. I think out of all of this right here is literally what this part of this quote right here. If we had formed a development team entirely in Japan, it might have turned out to be completely different, a completely different remake. There you go. There you go. And many people keep telling these people, do not let these companies make your games for you. There you go. RIP Silent Hill 2. Luigi's Mansion 2 HD gets new overview trailer. This comes from Niche Gamer. I am praying and hoping that this does not have a Paper Mario treatment happen to it, because so far Paper Mario Thousand Year Door remake not doing good. Not doing good in terms of respecting the OG. So Nintendo shared a new trailer for Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, giving a nice overview of the long-awaited remaster. And then here's the rundown of the previously announced remaster. You can see that here. It's Dark Moon. Gotta retrieve the missing shards. Friendly Ghost turned fiendish. Sounds like a job for Luigi. Tackle the scare scraper together. Apparently, you and up to 3 players can team up to take on the challenge of the Scare-Scraper, a haunted building teeming with ghosts and challenges not found in the main adventure. And then you can recruit your fellow ghost hunters to scale terrifying tower locally and online. Alrighty. So it's like 3 minutes. Dang it. Closed captions are not available. Well, that's not good. What's up, Loki? Luigi Mansions 2 HD. Vacuum. There you go. All right. Got some mummies. Shine your lights on them. Run into people. Mr. Tubbs there. He's playing a bit of Ghost of Tsushima. Nice. That's a good game. Nice. I haven't played this game yet. This is the only Luigi's Mansion game I have not played yet. I am indeed looking forward to it, as long as they do it right. All right, so you kind of like use this stuff kind of like in Luigi's Mansion 3. All right, so here's your tower or your Scare-Scraper. Looks like you can work with people. There you go, Luigi's Mansion 2. Excuse me, HD. So there's your new trailer for you. Looks good. The localization apparently has left to be determined. Dear Lord, and I hope they don't screw it up. Anyway. Getting some good topics in, but now I think it's time to talk about the big one. Coming from Bounding into Comics. Not looking good. Godzilla Minus One brings back old gripes as dubbing on Netflix changes dialogue. I am happy DBZ Sparking Zero has released it. Yeah, like October. I hope they make it for PC because I don't have a PS5 or an Xbox. I'll probably never get the Xbox XS series. Possibly a PS5 if I actually had the funds. But that's just because I have a bunch of PS4 games. All right. Now, I did hear that supposedly in this that there are some spoilers. I have not seen the movie yet. So just a heads up, I'm good at still maintaining a first reaction response. I don't know how. I just have a knack ability to do it. So one of the biggest issues historically with cinema imported from the East has been dubbing, to the point it became a cultural meme. Before the phenomenon of the meme, ridiculously bad dubbing has amused and baffled audiences since the prime of Bruce Lee and Godzilla's Showa period. We all might assume that this isn't a problem almost a century later in 2024, but the axiom, some things never change, still holds true. And no less so for Godzilla Minus One, which triumphantly premiered on Netflix after a long while. I do not no longer have Netflix because screw you. Because you guys are...
And this guy must be a fag.
I think I can find a better, more fitting clip. I just need to make more Norm Macdonald clips in general. The mighty OG Kaiju is burning up the streamers' charts with his heat ray, but unfortunately not without complaints. There are a few, though, that dominate. One Though the dominant, there are a few. Though the dominant one is that lines in the Japanese theatrical version were changed. This is nothing new, just ask George Takei, but the translation of -1 from theaters to streaming has changed the tone and meaning behind some dialogues and moments. Warning, beyond here, you're getting spoilers. All right. So, case in point, a line at the end uttered by the main female protagonist, Norihiko Oishi, is altered to make her come across as less compassionate to her love and his struggles. Originally, when our tortured hero and combat vet finds her in the hospital, Shikishima finds her in the hospital, Noriko asks him, "Is your war finally over?" to close the film. It's fitting and poignant, but in the Netflix dub, they had other ideas. The new line is, "Can this war of yours be over soon? Finally, be done." So one user pointed out on X, not only did they change one of the most impactful lines, but they changed it to make it sound like she was annoyed his war was still going on. This is so much weaker than if the line was just kept as, "Is your war finally over?" The way the English dub changed it just makes it feel so removed from Shikishima and the troubles he faced, and makes it seem like his trauma was just an issue that needed to end, another said. Someone else summed up fan disapproval nicely by saying, "I'll never forgive the English dubbers for changing the most impactful line in Godzilla -1. That account also shared an observation from a voice of reason, Simon Pegg, who encouraged viewers to watch the film's proper Japanese dub to experience the uncumbered true depth of the actor's performance. If you're going to watch Godzilla -1, by the way, just as an addendum to what I was saying yesterday, watch it in Japanese. Don't watch it auto dub. Never watch anything dubbed. Never. Always have subtitles because you want to hear the original performance in the original language," Pegg said in Instagram video. Simon Pegg, hats off to you. You understand what's going on. Pegg also urged everyone to see -1 in general, causing it the best Godzilla movie since Shin. Okay, that honestly wasn't really too much of a big spoiler because they're going to continue it. There's got to be, okay, that is, to me, that wasn't really a spoiler because I still have no idea what's happening. But there you go. There you go. Why are we allowing these retard studios like Netflix to change? The script is already there, for heaven's sakes. And we've seen this before. It's the same thing like with Assassin's Creed Shadows that's happening. They went out of their way to find the gay activist person who knows Japanese or is part Japanese or whatever. That's what these companies look for, because they know if they actually went to anybody else to be like, "Hey, we're translating the script. Let's see if we can get this fit in. Let's try to make it as accurate." They don't want to make it accurate. They want to change it. Who in their right mind said, "Yep, this dubbed line right here, stamp of approval. Moving on. Let's get to dubbing it." Who said yes to that? Who said yes to that? Is your war finally over? Is your war finally over? Question mark. Can this war of yours be over soon? Finally be done. Is your war finally over? Powerful line, read right there. Can this war of yours be over soon? Finally be done. These people don't give a shit. They do not care. Like I haven't even seen the performance yet, and I can just picture the dubbed version kind of going with that. Do they actually have it in here? Whoops. Like, can we actually like listen to it? Open up.
Can this war of yours finally be done? Can this war of yours finally be done?
Gay. So that was the dub version. Amazing. Frickin' amazing. Literally in tears and annoyed. Can this war of yours finally be over? It's not just your war. I'm assuming it's not just everyone's affected by it, you dumb bitch. not the actress. Just the response to that terrible line in general. What if he just responded and he was just like, you want to permanently stay in that hospital bed? I can make it happen. Apparently, you want another bandage over you want a bandage over the other eye? It's everyone's war. It's Japan's war. Oh my gosh. Dude, no, that actually needs to happen to the localizers. Like, seriously, like whoever was in charge of it, what should, like, they're reading the script and they're saying, okay, looking over the script. Yeah, that sounds good. That's right. Oh, this line here. Let's change it. Someone should have got up. Like, who was in charge of this? I guess it doesn't matter in the end. Like, someone should have got up, like, walked across and just stared at the guy who, like, was like, we're making this line, and just punched him right in the dick. Just right in the dick. Just bam! And say that again? Is that the right line? No. Good. Change it back. Oh. Gosh. My goodness. It's all gone terribly, terribly wrong. That's pretty much all I got for you. That one was a doozy. I haven't even seen the movie yet, and I'm pissed off of what they did for it. You know? It's like, how did this happen? Why did we let this happen? Why did this happen? And you could say that maybe some of it is for us to blame because we didn't speak out enough. We didn't gatekeep hard enough. That's the thing. Is that the people that are saying like, no, you just don't like, like that weirdo feminist like Alyssa Mercante and stuff like that. They'll always project and say you hate women. That's why you don't want them in there. And there needs to be diversity and shit like this. And it's like, oh no, we don't care. Like if cool, female gamers and story writers and stuff come in here. You retard activist bitch. Yeah, you are not allowed. Leave. Because you don't care. You care about correcting some sort of self-imposed victimhood mentality that you're seeing in an industry. Same with people like from Sweet Baby Inc., these dye consulting firms and shit like that. They don't care about the games. They don't care about them. Nor do they care about putting in the effort to make these games that they're claiming needs to happen, these changes that need to happen in a game. They're not the ones making them because they don't want to make them. And honestly, I think a lot of them just don't know how to make them because they don't have any sort of creative energy inside of their body whatsoever. That's why they have to bastardize all these established franchises because they're rewriting the history with the hopes that the future generations will carry the woke torch and that when they look back at it, they'll look at their version as being the superior version, the version that is the masterpiece. And again, prime example, we're seeing the word masterpiece being thrown about like all around. It means nothing now. Kind of like the virtual signaling words they throw about, like bigot and homophobe and transphobe, all that shit. Doesn't mean anything anymore. Wear it as a badge of honor. Because they're a bunch of fags. I'm just doing some last minute checking here. See if anything else catches my eye. I guess we could. This is kind of interesting. Well, here, we'll do this. We'll end this like with this. Also from Bounding into Comics, WWE Champion Cody Rhodes cast in Paramount's new Naked Gun, starring Liam Neeson and Pam Anderson. Okay. Like, who is he playing as? I like Goldust was hilarious. Dude, I know he didn't play that's Dusty Rhodes. He plays Goldust. But Cody Rhodes is like related to Dusty Rhodes. I always loved the Goldust and Booker T when I would watch WWF. Though those interactions were hilarious. Goldust was so fucking weird. It was great. Especially when he got electrocuted and developed that stutter. Could not get away with that now. That Tourette's, that tick. I love it. So he returned to WWE to finish his story and win the big one at WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes is surely a top guy in the biggest wrestling company, but don't call him Shirley. I'm curious to know who he's playing. Probably realize that's an airplane reference, which is only relevant because of Leslie Nielsen, but you can guess where this is going. So Cody Rhodes is confirmed for Paramount's reboot of the Naked Gun film series, according to Deadline. His exact role isn't 100% verified, but sources say he could play a hypnotized version of himself in a nod to Reggie Jackson in the 1988 original. For now, that is only categorized as a rumor, as it also remains to be seen if the American Nightmare and grandson of the plumber will take time off to film his scenes or balance filming with his wrestling schedule. Or his same thing. Based on the original film, the new Naked Gun series stars Liam Neeson. Isn't that kind of funny? Because just with the way his hair is, like he kind of has that Leslie Nielsen sort of thing. I mean, I guess only in color, though. And he's a lot younger as opposed to Nielsen here. Dude, I love Leslie Nielsen. Right. No, I still do, even though he's dead. He was awesome. Based on the original film, okay. So Neeson's going to be playing Frank Drebin. Pamela Anderson as the love interest. Wait, what? As Priscilla Presley? Is she Pamela Anderson? Like, how does she look nowadays? Pamela Anderson 2024. What? No. This can't be true. Why? Oh, hold on. I'm trying to find, dude, these are, I did type in Pamela Anderson, right? Okay. I don't, what? Okay. Here, hold on. Hold on. Oh, there you go. This can't be. She looks better there, but that looks terrible. That still kind of looks terrible. Okay, that one kind of has like the Priscilla Presley sort of look. But where's that? There's like this, dude, look at this one picture with her out any makeup on. Oh gosh. Yeah, we need to get rid of that. Oh gosh, that was awful. So much plastic surgery. So much of how and why? Why? It's like what's her face from Van Wilder. Tara Reid. It's like Tara Reid back in the day looked amazing, and then she just looks awful in like that Sharknado movie or whatever she was. Or yeah, Sharknado. Oh God. Because they had to keep up with all the surgeries and stuff to make them look young. Damn it, where's this? Where are you? Oh, here it is. Somehow I kept opening up new tabs. That is from Spy Hard. Spy Hard. Paul Walter Harsh, Kevin Durand, CCH Pounder, Buster Rhymes, and Danny Hudson. Oh, what is that? Just a statement? Did I miss something? Dude, bounding into comics. You put a period right here, and then you just list off just that. I think you're missing some words. Like also in the movie is Paul Walter Harsh, Kevin Durand, CCH Pounder. Husser plays Drebin's partner, and Durand will portray the main villain in a sort of synthesis of his parts in Abigail and Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Naked Gun was a spin-off of the 1982 sitcom Police Squad that also starred Nielsen and future Harvey Bullock, Robert Costanzo. Almost close to Costanza. Costanzo. Oh, Harvey Bullock, Robert Costanzo. It had sequels and spawned other Leslie Nielsen spoof, such as The Forgotten Spy Hard. I mean, it wasn't the greatest. I kind of enjoyed it, especially the Weird Al opening. Cody Rhodes broke into acting with the recurring role on Arrow, beginning his association with Stephen Amell that brought the actor into the wrestling for runs in Japan and on the American independent scene. After Rhodes became a member of the Bullet Club faction in New Japan Pro Wrestling, Amell was added as the most noteworthy celebrity to join the group. So Paramount's Naked Gun reboot is scheduled for July 18th, 2025. So there you go. Liam Neeson is not funny. Oh boy. The bounty into comics content or comments are amazing. The content, well, at least the spelling needs to be improved. Content is all right. Okay, but they have to do it right, not hold back, and they've got to have a good supporting cast. For the love of all that is holy, leave our beloved franchise alone. I remember watching History of the World Part 1. Loved every minute of it. I survived 10 minutes of the Hulu abomination of a, quote, sequel. I want my 10 minutes back. All right, so people are not happy about this. No thanks. I'll check this out after 2 reasons. 1, I think Neeson can actually does comedy well, and 2, I'm thrilled beyond belief that a black dude wasn't cast in the lead role. Oh my goodness. All right, yeah, a lot of people are not happy. Oh no. It's when Sandy is grabbing him. Yeah, very unhappy. Well, there you go, folks. There's an interesting one to leave out on. All righty. I might hop on later and stream, but I am pretty tired, so maybe not, unfortunately, because I just want to decompress for the rest of the day. Ugh. But I was able to get a show in. So there you go. They're remaking a bunch of classic movies. Of course, I mean, they have to, because they don't want to put in original ones. And if they do, it's not going to sell. That's why. But anyway, thanks again for everyone for hanging out with me. Make sure to smash that subscribe button and punch that thumbs up and turn on notifications to get notified when I go live, whether that's on YouTube or Rumble, or if I'm gaming, which I need to continue up again, Onimusha. Onimusha, and possibly start up another one here, because right now we've been playing games. Probably not, just relax. Yeah, I might need to. But yes, we were on YouTube, Rumble, and X. So thank you guys for everyone hanging out with me. So again, feel free to follow me on my other social medias listed in either the description on YouTube or Rumble or the link tree on X. You can feel free to give me a follow there. Thanks for help supporting the channel via algorithm, or if you want to go beyond that, check out membership and subscription tiers. Be pretty sweet, but thankful and humble regardless. God bless. Any of you guys have any words of advice here?
Well, you know what they say. People in glass houses sink ships.
Well, not exactly, but good enough. All right. So you guys have a good rest of your night. Take care. God bless. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.
They used ammonia. None of this is any good. Fuck!